All right, so let's talk sequence. Hopefully at this point you have already watched this overview video of what sequence or chronological or time order, those three words are generally used for this type of text structure, what that looks like. Guys, this is one of those easy ones that you've been doing since you were in like kindergarten. First you do this, next, last. Those steps are a sequence of events. And there are a lot of other keywords. And remember, you can use the zoom feature to zoom in on these slides. There are a lot of other keywords that are used in sequence or chronological text structures. These are the words you will want to use when you are doing your writing this week. So some other words are before, in the beginning, first, next, during, then, finally, after. And then anytime you see times and dates in the 1800s, in the 1900s, and today, or maybe they said in January, and March, and now. When you see those words, your brain can prepare to have a graphic organizer that looks something like this. I'm gonna come up with some steps. I'm hearing dates and order. That helps prepare my brain. So you guys, when you are writing in a sequence order, a good planning for you is to fill in a graphic organizer that can look something like this, where there are just blanks with steps and arrows pointing to the next one. You can use those keywords to help you with those steps, okay? So if you are doing your national park project, I would encourage you to look at the map on slide 6. The map on slide 6 shows all of our states. Hopefully at this point you have research done where you can figure out, all right, here I am in Virginia and my national park is here in North Carolina or here in Florida or in California. And you can go through the states to see where you need to travel to in order to get to your national park. Perhaps you're going to Alaska and you feel like you're going to need to fly, or maybe you want to mix it up like I do, and I'll show you my example. But here I am in Virginia, and my park was way up here in Maine. So I had to go through all of these New England states to get to my national park of Acadia. So here's mine. Oops. So my national park was Acadia, which is in Maine. And my steps, first, this is how I filled in my graphic organizer. First, we left from Virginia at 6 a.m. and went to see Mr. McLean's family in Pennsylvania. Then, from Pennsylvania, we drove the next 8 hours to Acadia, Maine. That is where we spent 5 days in Acadia, Maine, next. Finally, we drove home, stopping in New Hampshire to stay one night with friends along the way. It was a long trip. You don't have to be that detailed, but being that detailed might help you with your next step. So the next step is you put all of that into a postcard. The writing part of your postcard, you are just putting these things in order. If you're a really good writer, I encourage you to try to not always use those bold words at the beginning, but mix it up like I do here in step 3. I had a bold word at the end. But for those of you who are just starting, you just want to have those words in there like first, then, next, finally, or on Monday, then Tuesday, Wednesday. Those are also chronological. Here's my postcard to my little sister. Dear Amy, I am so happy to be here in Acadia. Finally. It was a long trip. This is how we got here. First, we drove to PA, Pennsylvania, to see family. Then we drove the remaining 8 hours to the park. We will be here for a few days. After we leave, we will head to New Hampshire to see more friends. Finally, we will be home. Yay, see you soon. Your friend, Mrs. McLean. And this is the front of my postcard. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have picked a different topic, you need to keep listening. If you're doing the national parks, good luck, and I hope that I can't wait to read your postcards. If you picked a different topic, like you're writing about dirt bikes, or you're writing about horses, or you're writing about a video game, this is going to be a step or series that relates to that topic. So if you're writing about a dirt bike, or if you're writing about dirt bikes, then you could write about how to learn how to ride a dirt bike, or the steps that you have to take to get your dirt bike ready. I'm not sure, I don't ride dirt bikes. Or you could write about the curves and trails and the points that you get to in the series and the sequence on your favorite dirt bike path. If you're writing about horses, you could write the steps in taking care of a horse in the morning, for example. Or you could write about the steps in learning how to ride a horse, maybe from the very beginning. If you're writing about your favorite video game, you might write about, once you turn your video game on, what are the first steps, and then how do you win that video game? So think about something that's done in steps and in a sequence, and that's what you're going to be doing in your planning sheet, and then you'll just write your paragraph on the postcard just like everyone else. All right, have a great time, and I look forward to reading your postcards.